Things are a little bit different when I'm on tour. When I'm travelling around the country, I don't just take all this kit with me. I also take a few other things with me, including a dartboard that I can strap to the back of dressing room doors wherever I happen to be to help me pass the time before shows. There it is, Backstage in Reading. Here it is, Backstage in Ipswich. It really is all glamour Backstage, as you can see. Now, one night, I was in Birmingham and I saw that someone had sent this tweet about my pre-show darting habits. I hear from the girls on the merch stand that Dave Gorman has brought his own dartboard. I'm not sure if this is V-cool or a bit sad. And that got me thinking, because I don't know either. Is having a dartboard backstage sad? Or is it cool? That's the question I put to you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. By show of hands, who here thinks it's cool? Okay, fair number of you. And who here thinks it's sad? Yeah, and a smaller number, but still significant number. That's interesting. Of course, the truth is, ladies, the truth is that you're all wrong. What's it got to do with you? It's my dartboard. I'm a grown man. I can enjoy whatever I want to bloody enjoy, can't I? It's not doing any harm to anyone, is it? Not unless they walk through the door at the wrong moment, but there you go. No, it's because of this idea that certain things are cool, that certain things are worthy of your time and attention, that we have to tolerate phrases like guilty pleasures. This phrase underpins a world in which only Shakespeare, worthy novels, classical music, jazz and popular music, if it was made by people who went to art school, should be enjoyed, and that everything else is beneath us. Celebrity interviews are full of this kind of stuff. We're always asking actors to tell us their guilty pleasures. This is Saran Jones, whose guilty pleasure is The Real Housewives of Cheshire. This is Patricia Arquette, whose guilty pleasure is a property show called House Hunters International. Why are you having any guilt about these? Why does nobody ever answer with an actual guilty pleasure? A pleasure that involves actual guilt. I want Saran Jones to go shoplifting. I bloody love shoplifting, me. Honestly, I stole a toaster this morning. I don't even like toast. I'm addicted. Nobody ever goes, oh, I like a lie-in with my sister. Nobody does that. Nobody ever names a particularly humiliating form of pornography or a crime, do they? Basically, what I'm saying is, if the world had taken the phrase guilty pleasures a bit more literally over these years, a lot of 1970s entertainers might have started their prison sentences a little bit sooner. Meryl Streep has got a guilty pleasure. I wonder what it is. Turns out it's TV shows like Homes Under the Hammer and Come Dine With Me. Why should she feel guilty about watching Homes Under the Hammer? If it was Homeless Under the Hammer, I'd understand. But it's not, is it? It's Homes Under the Hammer. I love Homes Under the Hammer. And I'm not going to let Meryl Streep make me feel guilty about it. I don't enjoy it ironically. I just like it. It's bloody good. And it does you no harm. So don't you dare judge me negatively for liking it. Right, I'm going to give you an example of the pleasure it brings me. If you're one of those few people who is unfamiliar with Homes Under the Hammer, maybe you've got a job or whatever. It's a show about people who buy properties at auction and then do them up, either to sell them on or to rent them out or to live in them, right? An important part of the format is that they always show the property before and after the renovation. Now, on this episode, they were featuring a particular house. And this is interesting, because this is the before. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll show you what Martin Roberts has to say about the property on his first look around.
You could pretty much move in, couldn't you? It's lovely.
Yeah, you could pretty much move in, couldn't you? It's lovely. It's lovely. What they've got here is a property that doesn't need renovation, which is unique on Homes Under the Hammer, because the format involves seeing before and after. And you know what? They still do it. They still show you before and after, even though nothing has changed. And they do it with the flashy graphic between the two, right? No, honestly, just watch this. This is the beginning of the VT.
Decide to do a massive overhaul instead? Answer... no.
That's before. And that's after. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's brilliant, isn't it? Like, there was actually one detail in there that is changed. It's worth just showing this. I'll show you the before again. That's the before. Look at that. There's a barbecue in the kitchen. Watch the after here. We see the flash into the after. Barbecue has gone. That's their renovation. They've moved the barbecue. And they do this on every room in the house. It's amazing, right? Here's the bathroom. We move into the bathroom. That's the before in the bathroom. Let's have a look at the after in the bathroom. It's got a barbecue in it. take you from the kitchen to the bathroom. Look at that. Look at the pleasure this is bringing to these hundreds of people here. How dare you try and make us feel guilty for this pleasure, Meryl Streep? You know what? I see that barbecue and I think, up yours, Meryl Streep. Why should we be ashamed about enjoying that? Some people can't just be a fan of something. They can't just enjoy something on its own terms. Some people need to have that feeling of superiority. These are the kind of fans that suck the joy out of things for other people. They extract the joy from the situation. There's a name for these kind of fans. We call them extractor fans, obviously. Now, there are several different types of extractor fan. I'll talk you through the variety. The first type is the I can't believe you've never heard of extractor fan. What they do is they'll say something like, what do you make of the new Vincent Stethoscope single? And you go, sorry, Vincent Stethoscope? I'm not familiar with his work. And they go, I can't believe you've never heard of Vincent Stethoscope. He was Radio Diphthong's Artist of the Week about 3 months ago. And you go, what, sorry, Radio Diphthong? And he says, I can't believe you've never heard of Radio Diphthong. Don't you listen to any Armenian radio? Basically, they pretend to be appalled that you don't know something, when in reality, they would be appalled if you did, because that would threaten their sense of superiority. Then there is the, unless you like them as much as me, you're not a real fan, extractor fan. These are the people who'll tell you that you don't actually like a band, even though you do like them. To you, your proof that you like them is that you like them. That means nothing. If you haven't got the bootleg CD of the secret gig they recorded at Canvey Island in 1997, then you don't really like them at all. Apparently, you're pretending. And then there is the third type of extractor fan, the I don't like them now everyone else does extractor fan. I can tell from your reaction that we are all familiar with this particular type. If this is a graph charting a band's rise to fame over time, there will be a corresponding graph with a different axis showing an extractor fan's appreciation of the band over the same period of time. I'll tell you about the biggest extractor fan I know. Right? He's a friend of mine, lovely guy in every other regard, but my life, he loves his music and he loves feeling superior in that field. He is a high-level extractor fan. His name is Mickey, although he is known to me and a few mates by the affectionate nickname Mickeypedia. Right? Now, I will set the scene for you. It is early January 2016. Now, if you're a David Bowie fan, why was January the 8th, 2016, important to you? He died? No? Oh, no, you're wrong. That's actually not the day he died. He released the album Black Star. I can't believe you lot didn't know that. You call yourself Bowie fans? That is ridiculous. You should be ashamed of yourselves. He released the album Black Star on January the 8th. He died on January the 10th. Now, on January the 9th, I was having coffee with my mate Mickeypedia. And on January the 9th, Mickey said to me, so what do you reckon to Black Star, then? Now, on January the 9th, the day after it was released, I did not yet know the name of David Bowie's new album. I was probably going to end up owning it, but no part of me felt the need to get it on the day it was released. And this is Mickeypedia I was talking to, so I thought this was another Vincent Stethoscope situation. I thought Black Star was the name of a band I hadn't yet heard of. So I said, what, Black Star? Sorry, I don't know what they like. To which he replied, I can't believe you've not heard of Black Star, Dave. It's David Bowie's new album. And I said, all right, sorry, I didn't know it was out yet. And he said, I think a real Bowie fan would have known the title and release date of his latest album, Dave. Right, now, the next time I saw Mickey, it was early February. By that time, I had bought the album, and so because I knew it was a conversation with him, I was like, oh, do you know what? I've been listening to Black Star quite a lot recently. I like it. What do you make of it? And he said, and I quote, I can't listen to it anymore. There's no point now everyone else has got it. It's like he's sold out. Sold out? To Mickeypedia, the rise in popularity experienced by David Bowie because he had died was the equivalent of selling out. That is a high-level performance extractor fan right there.